Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our second edition of our BizNurture Business Series webinar. The topic of today's webinar is how to get your loan application approved. And the webinar is going to be hosted by Olawumi Olatunji and Makinde Dennis Agboro. Thank you everybody for joining today's webinar. So today's webinar is we're going to be talking about how to get your loan application approved. We're going to be answering a couple of frequently asked questions and also sharing tips to make sure that your loan application is approved and to make sure that you are eligible for loan applications that you put out there. So thank you everybody for joining this webinar today. I'll be introducing in our webinar our speakers now. Allow me, please. Hello.
Deborah, good morning. Could you please allow me share screen?
Okay, yes. Okay. So allow me be sharing our screen now.
Okay, can you see my screen, please?
Yes, allow me, we can see your screen.
Yes, we can.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everybody.
So good morning, everybody. So this is the topic. Yes. So this webinar is brought to you by BizNurture Financial Services Limited. BizNurture is an alternative lending venture incorporated in Nigeria with the goal of supporting the growth and aspiration of small and medium-sized businesses through the provision of alternative finance. Yes, so BizNurture provides SME loans to small businesses in Lagos and Port Harcourt. And we provide loans from the range of 500,000 naira to 5 million naira. So apply for a business loan, you can visit our website at www.biznurture.com. So I'll be introducing our speakers. Like I said earlier, our speakers are Olawumi Olatunji and Makinde Dennis Agboro. Olawumi Olatunji is the AVP of Business Development in BizNurture, and she's a project finance and business development expert with over 30 years professional experience covering banking, finance, economics, energy, and asset management. Olawumi has also been a two-time bootcamp coach at the African Entrepreneurship Awards, and she has also served with other organizations such as the Tony Elumelu Foundation and Altprice University of Nigeria. And she's currently the AVP and leads the sales and development. She's currently the AVP and she leads the sales and business development teams. Yes. Our other speaker is Makinde Dennis Agboro. Makinde, so allow me, sorry, can you take to the next slide? Yes, thank you. Makinde is an experienced business development, credit risk analysis, loan monitoring, and portfolio management personnel. Is a credit risk specialist in BizNurture, and he started his career as a portfolio manager with Baobab Nigeria. And he grew from the position of a trainee portfolio manager to branch credit portfolio supervisor within 9 months. He resigned after 4 years and he joined BizNurture Financial Services as the credit risk associate. Makinde is a member of many professional bodies, including National Institute of Management of Nigeria, and currently preparing for his microfinance certification program. So these are our two speakers for today, and they will be giving you a lot of tips and information to making sure that your loan application is approved. So with that,
thank you. Thank you very much, Deborah.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the introduction. Makinde, it seems you forgot to turn on your video. Could you please do that?
Okay, thank you, Debbie, for the brief introduction. Can you see me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
All right, thank you. So, like Deborah said, the goal of the webinar is to answer questions concerning your loan application we want to ensure that when you apply for loans, you increase your chances of getting a yes, your chances of getting your loans approved. So Makinde and I will go through some sort of Q&A process. So we answer some questions that we see that a lot of people ask, such that this will enable you apply for your webinar even way better. So we'll go straight to the discussion section now. Right, so the first question would be that there've been instances where people have hindrances. So there've been key hindrances that inhibit the success of people's loan applications, and this is what we want to focus on right now. Firstly, the first key hindrance that I will talk about will be the fact that the applicant may have too many loan obligations. So when there are instances where you have too many loan obligations with other financial institutions, this would inhibit your loan application, especially if you don't have the right cash flow, right, to justify why we should give you another loan. So, and then of course we'll be thinking of the sources of income on the business, especially cash flow, like how huge is the cash flow, how much revenue do you make, and we also consider, you know, how this will impact the way you have it would be poor documentation. So we ask for people who come to apply for loans and they do not have, say for instance, certificate of incorporation, and then they would have to go to Corporate Affairs Commission to request for a certified true copy. So that's some sort of delay that you may experience. So if you want to avoid such delays, it's better you get those documents in place even way before you come for your application, such that you will not experience those kind of delays. Yeah, so that's that's also very important. Another key point I would like to mention will be not providing enough information. So if you are providing insufficient information, and you know, when you make your applications, we have some basic requirements which we'll still go through later in this webinar. But when you're providing those information, we engage you, so our officers would engage you and ask you for more detail. So now, if you're not providing us with what we want or what we need to make that analysis, because we need to analyze your business, we need to analyze your credit request before we disburse funds to you. So if you're not providing us with enough information, this could, you know, slow down the process and also hinder your the ability for you to access the business. And sometimes people falsify information, but it's very important for you to know that no matter what you falsify, the lenders will find out. So it's better you come clean and we come to us and tell us your business situation. This will help us make decisions quickly, so that we will not go back and maybe down the line in the application process, somebody in credit or somebody in a risk management finds out a very important detail that you omit or you deliberately try to hide from us. So that's very key for you to let us know. Then another thing, which would be my fourth point, would be if you have high debt to income ratio. So what the debt to income ratio wants to compare is to say how much do you owe each month, and compare that versus how much you earn, how much your business earn as a body. So what we want to do with debt to income ratio is to be able to see if your business can handle the payments that you're requesting for. So we access that through the statement of account that we've gotten and other questions that we ask you, and compare. By the time we look at the debt you have, by the time we compare that, we'll be able to have make a decision about your debt to income ratio. So if you owe too much money compared to your income, compared to your cash flow, this will really impact the success of your application. So these are the 4 points that I would like to focus on. Makinde, I would like to ask if you have any points to add, you know, just on this particular topic, the key hindrances that, you know, can impact the success or the outcome of your business application.
Okay, thank you, Lau. I will just summarize what you've said, and I will add some little additions to it. One, you talk about credit history. It's very good if you don't want your loan to be hindered, if you don't want your loan to be rejected. It's good you always have good credit history, which means whenever a loan is given to you, make sure you meet up with your instrumental obligations as at when due. so that when we look at credit report to do our background checks on you, it will not show that you have issues with the former places you've collected loan before. Then we have our cash flow history. We look at your cash flow history. If you are applying for a working capital loan, for example, it means you are into trade and you sell, which means per day money is coming to your account. So if you are seeing about 2 or 3 months that nothing is coming in, that might be an hindrance to us approving your loan. Then we look at the projection of the business. You want to look how long can this business last. If you are into a business that is not technologically driven, and we have people that use technology come into that space, you might not give you money because it's a matter of time your business will still go moribund. So we make sure we look at the kind of business you are doing. For example, if you are taking a loan, maybe you are into sales of Christmas tree, for example, sales of Christmas trees and all those Christmas wares that people use for during festive period. If you come by this time, November, December, to apply for a loan, 1 month or 2 month loan, it will be granted to you. But imagine you coming around May or June to come out to apply for a loan to buy Christmas tree. You know, that is not the season for that kind of a loan. So that kind of loan might be rejected. Then we look at the character of the person. You know, when we visit you, when we talk to you, and the way you respond, the way you talk to us, we also determine whether your loan will be approved. And the character also can be gotten from the documents you submitted. When we discover some painting, correction, hiding, falsifications, and everything, it shows that you don't have a good character and you are not credit worthy. Your loans might be in that. Then documentation, like what Olawumi has said earlier, you make sure that you make an inquiry to know which documents are required for that particular loan product you want to apply for. For example, if you are applying for LPO financing, there must be a copy of the PO. If you are applying for invoice discounting, you must scan to us the copy of the invoices. And this is not applicable with working capital because there's no PO and there's no invoice discounting. So you need to ask for the particular document that is bespoke to that product you are applying for, so that when all those documents are complete, there will be no hindrances to your application. Thank you, Olawumi.
Oh, great, Makinde. Thanks for those inputs. I really like the points that you have made. So just to wrap up on this particular section, I think I just want to talk about just general tips on how to improve your loan application. So basically things you need to do before you even apply at all. So what you want to do is to ensure that the particular loan you are applying for is suitable. So you want to do a bit of research to know that this loan is suitable for you. Does it meet even your own criteria? Is it what you need at that point in time? Then you want to generally look at the loan. Is the repayment structure, is it going to fit your cash flow? Is it affordable enough for you? Just do a bit of research, understand even the lending criteria of the lender before you even go ahead, so that would give you the right kind of information you need, and then you make even the loan process faster for you. So I'll go on to the very next question. Now, the next question talks about how to apply for a loan at BizNurture. I mean, the videos we had showed earlier spoke a lot about that, but I'm going to just give a quick recap. The first step is to apply for loan at BizNurture. It's simple. You need to just go to www.thebiznurture.com website. Now, you click on the Apply Now button, and if you're a first-time borrower, you'll be able to apply for the loan only after you have registered, meaning that you need to first register, get an email link sent to you, then you click on register, just like to create a profile for you. Then you click on, after you click on register, you create an account, and then if you have already registered, after you've registered, you can now go and click for apply for a loan. Once you've done, so it's as simple as, you know, applying even from your mobile phone. You can apply for a loan at BizNurture. You can apply for a loan from your computer, your desktop. Everything is very simple. All you need to do, of course, is to upload the documents you need onto that application. So it's very easy, very simple, a very simple process that you can get to apply for a loan. The next question, of course, will be what loan products that we offer. Okay, so we've gone through this, and we offer a very good variety of loan products that will help you for your business. So you need to understand what we have and where that fits in. So generally speaking, we offer a working capital loan, and this is a financing option. that just helps you to meet your financing needs, the regular financing need that you have in the business, just to boost the working capital of the business generally. It's just regular working capital. Of course, we also have the LPO financing. Now, you have a job order from perhaps a multinational, and you need that financed quickly such that you can do the job and then you get the payments later. So we finance this, and we can even help you structure your repayment in a way that will be suitable for the kind of loan that you know, for the kind of business and the kind of job that you've done. Very key. So that's important. Then we also do invoice discounting. If you've issued an invoice to your client, and then the date of payment for that invoice is in the future, perhaps a month's time, or you need cash to do another job or to pay your staff, or for general work business needs, you can bring that invoice to us and we are able to discount it. It's very, very important for you to do. So of course we offer loans to schools, and it's called EduBiz loan. We structure EduBiz loan in a way that matches the cash flow of the school. School fees, when school fees comes in, that's when you'll be able to get you'll be able to make your repayments. We structure EduBiz loan in that particular order. So we offer loans for schools as well. Finally, there's also Fem Premier loan. So what we try to do is to ensure that there's gender equality, right? So we're trying to create that balance such that female entrepreneurs are able to get access to loans very easily. And because of that, we structure it so that they even have a lower interest rate than the regular loan. So if you're a woman and you're a female entrepreneur and your business has been running for over 2 years and more, you can come to us and apply for a Fem Premier loan, and you get a very good discount rate. So I think that's that. Makinde, do you want to add anything to that, or should you just skip to the next question that talk about loan requirements?
Okay, we have MediLoan.
Yeah,
and that loan is really tailored for people in the health sector, whether you own a lab, you own an hospital, a clinic, a pharmacy, you can apply for a MediLoan loan. It has a very low interest rate in the health sector. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Makide's video was freezing, so I'll just take those questions a bit. Okay, someone was asking. Okay, no, you know what? We're going to take questions when we're done, because I can see questions popping up. When we're done, we will just take all the questions together so that we can have a flow. So MediLoan, like Makide was saying, is tailored towards the health sector. It's if you run anything in the health sector, HMO, medical engineering, whether you supply medical goods or equipment or something, is perfect for you. The interest rate is very distinct, is low, and even the repayment structure, we structured it such that the repayment will be easier for you in that particular sector. So just come to us, and it's very easy for you to access pharmaceutical, health, equipment supply, good supply, drug supply, anything in the health industry, from the beginning to the end of that particular value chain. MediLoan is very available for you. So the next questions we'll be talking about, the next discussion, we'll talk about requirements for loans, and I'll just quickly run through this. So the basic requirements, like I've said earlier, is that your business must be 2 years and above, and this gives us an opportunity to see the history, the trend, what has been happening in the business over those couple of those 2 years. Then your business was located in Lagos and Port Harcourt. So we only fund businesses in Lagos and Port Harcourt. We only fund businesses in Lagos and Port Harcourt. Then we require for you to write a request letter on your business letterhead and submit to us. Just request for the loan that you're applying for. You're going to attach that to the website that I described earlier on. 6 months bank statement. You submit that. Valid ID of the business owners. And then where applicable, we need to see documentary evidence of what the funds will be used for. So if it's an LPO, for instance, we want to see the LPO. We want to see who gave the MPO so that we can confirm that. Then invoice discounting, the invoice that we want to discount, we would also like to see that. Very key for us. Now, we also take guarantors who will serve as sureties for the loan, right? So for these guarantors, we need to see their statements as well, and also the copies of their checks. Checklists are very important for the guarantors as well. So that's a summary of the key things we did. That's like basic requirements, right? When you apply for the loan, we may have conversations with you, ask you more questions such that we can boost the quality of the application and the chances of you getting the loan approved. So that would be all for that. So next, we'll talk about how long. So the duration of the loan, the minimum duration is 2 months, maximum duration is 8 months. So you can take anything between 2 and 8 months. You can pre-liquidate or pay back before the end of the tenure, and there won't be any charges for pre-liquidating. Yeah, that's that. So next question, I think I skipped one. Okay, so the next question is, so I'm going to hand over to Makinde, who will take most of the questions in this segment. So the next question talks about credit score. So Makinde, what's the credit score and how is it calculated? But before Makinde begins taking most of these questions, I'd like to let you know that if you have any questions for us, like somebody has already asked a question, or any more questions, please put in the comment box and the chat box. We would come to it after we've done the whole presentation. We've taken all the questions and we'll take all the Q&A, and then we'll be able to wrap it up. So thank you, Makinde.
Okay, thank you, Olawumi, for that presentation. I hope our clients are getting along. Please, like what she said, if you have your questions, just make use of the chat pan in your Zoom. Type your question. We are going to take it at the Q&A session. So the next question is, what is a credit score and how is it calculated? Okay, a credit score is like a numerical expression that represents the creditworthiness of an individual or a corporate entity. It's a numerical expression. It's between 300 and 850, and it shows your creditworthiness. It shows the history of the loans you have taken before, how you make your payments, and it puts you within that bandwidth of 300 to 850. So we get this report from our credit bureaus. We have about 3 credit bureaus in Nigeria. We have Credit Registry, we have the CRC, and we have the First Central, formerly SDS Credit Bureau. And they give us this credit report and information about each client we applied for a loan. And the higher your score, the better a borrower looks at you. The better a potential lender look at you as a good borrower, which means that the lower your score, the slimmer your case of getting your loan approved, and the higher your score, the better chance you have for your loans to be approved. And within that 300 to 850, this scores has been demarcated, it has been calculated. For example, from 300 to 579, it shows that you have a very bad and very poor record. 300 to 579 shows that you have a very bad loan history, poor record of loan repayments. So someone in that spectrum, if someone from that spectrum applied for a loan, that person might find it difficult for his or her loan to be approved, because you have so many loans you've collected and you are not paying back on due time. Then we have between 580 to 669. 580 to 669 is term fair, that you have a fair repayment, which means sometimes you pay on due date, sometimes you lingered for some days. So that is between 580 to 669. Then from 670 to 739, 670 to 739 shows that you have a good record, which means you are paying on due date, but sometimes maybe you can default like 1 or 2 days default, but it shows you have a good record of payments. Then 740 to 799 shows you have a very good record. A very good record means you meet your instrumental date on that, you pay your money on that date of your installment date. Very good is 470 to 799. Then 800 to 850 show excellence. Excellence means you pay you make sure you liquidate your loan even before due date. You pay your installment before due date. For example, if you are to pay every 10th, maybe between 7, 8, 9, you always make your payments. That is an excellent credit score. So I will take that again. 300 to 579 is poor or bad loan history. 580 to 669 is fair. 670 to 739 is good. 740 to 799, very good. Then 800 to 850, excellent. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I think you've answered both questions, what it is and what exactly the credit score is and how it's calculated. So from what you said, it gives lenders the ability to judge a borrower and preempt the character and even the performance of the loan. And I think it's very key for us. So it's good that we're talking about this now. So I'll go on to the next question. So the next question now says that what credit score do I need? I think you've kind of talked about that because from that breakdown, but just you can just gloss over it again. So what credit score would somebody need to access a loan at business?
Okay, the credit score you need to access loan at the business shore is I would say it should be above fair, be at good. That is 579. Be at good. If you're at good, there's chances, let me say 80% chance that your loan will be approved. But if you can have a very good remark or excellent remark, you'll be sure that your loan will be approved successfully. And also this course depends on various lending institutions. But for business shore, we consider you when you have good and above.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So at least we don't have to wait till you have that excellent credit score. From good and above, we start considering. Yes. That's very good. So thank you for that. So the next question would be, how do I improve my credit score? So I'm a borrower. I've maybe probably, is that I'm a good, how do I get to excellent, or I'm not very good, how do I get to good? I think that's what the question wants to hear.
Okay, to improve your credit score, you need to pay your installment on time. You need to pay attention to how you make your installment payment, and you have to pay on time. Then you have to go for loan consolidation if you have too many loans. If you have like 5 loans or 6 loans or 7 loans that is dragging, to meet up with them is kind of a burden to you. So you can go for loan consolidation. We have some companies that buy over loans. Approach them, they will buy those loans from you, and they will structure it in a way that it will be very convenient for you to repay them back, which means they will pay those lending companies that you will get the loans from, then you will be paying them back. And they will structure it in a way that is very, very convenient for you, and that will improve your credit score. Then pay off debts. If you know you have some, you've collected some loans and you've not liquidated them, just go and pay off those debts so that you can reduce the amount of debt that you are owing currently. And especially if you have loan that is due and you've not paid up, try and pay them up. That's how you can improve your credit score. Then go for restructuring. If you find it difficult to pay, contact your lending company or the lending banks that gave you the money, negotiate with them, let them take you the process of restructuring so that they can restructure the loan in a way that you can pay off very easily. Then do not apply for a loan or do not take too many loans. If you know you have loans that is giving you body, do not apply for loan to pay off loan. Like what most of us used to do. You say, since I'm owing First Bank, let me go to Business Shore and collect 5 million and pay First Bank 4 million. I have 1 million left. Do not try that. It will add. It will like it's like you are adding salt to your injury. It will kill your so do not apply. No, it is needed when you keep your credit score below good. Maybe you are in fair or bad, and you yourself knows that it's because of the loans. Your loan history is very bad. One of the things you can do, contact all those lending firms, pay off your debt or restructure. Then after doing that, wait for about 3 months, apply for a loan that is lesser than what you've taken before from those companies, because they are the companies that gave you money before, so they know you. Maybe what you took before is 2 million and you have issues paying it. After paying off or after the restructuring, they apply for a loan as low as 200 or 500,000 naira and pay before due date. Apply for that loan for about 6 months, pay before 4 months, and pay before the installment day. That will improve your credit score. It can push you from fair or bad to good or very good. Thank you.
Great. Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much, Makinde. So, I like everything you said, but the last point is what I just want to echo. do not apply for one loan to pay off another loan. So if you have a debt that you've not been able to pay, I think the best option is for you to meet with your lenders and restructure the loan. Look for more convenient terms rather than going to another firm, getting a loan, because what you're doing is, you might think that at least you're taking up some pressure from that particular company, but what you're doing invariably is to destroy your credit score, and you want to have a good credit score to continuously increase your chances of accessing a loan. So this is very, very good. Okay, thank you. So I think another question we'll talk about, can I check my credit record? Can a business say, I would like to know my credit score? Can they have access to it?
Okay, credit, you cannot access your credit score personally. Like individually, you cannot access it because the company that is licensed by CBN to give out those information will not give it to you as a person, because it's going to be like a breach of contract. It's not accessible to the public, but their work is to give it out to lending firms or financial institutions that is registered under them and under CBN. So what you can do is, if you want to know, if you want to check your credit score, you can approach BizNurture and we help you to get your credit score. We get that across to you, but it's going to cost you because we are going to pay for every check we are doing. So it's going to cost you, but you can still meet us, we will do that for you.
Super. Thank you very much. We have a last question here before we go to the Q&A session. The last question here is that, so you've applied for a loan and then your request was rejected. What would be the next step? Right, what will be the next step? So for me, I'll take my answers before I ask Makinde to answer as well. So for me, the next step and the first thing you should do is to reassess. So what is the cause of this denial? You want to understand why your loan request was denied. You need to ask questions. And the good thing what we do at BizNurture is, when we want to reject an application, we send you, a message, an email, and we put the body of that email. And that helps you go back and you'll be able to reassess and say, can I come back after 6 months? So for instance, if we say your cash flow is not sufficient to give you access to this loan, then you say, okay, maybe after a while, maybe my business needs to grow more, or I need to do some sort of revenue before I come back. So that will help you decide if you can come back later for that. So I think it's very key for you to reassess, just have an assessment and say, what exactly is the cause of this denial, and how can I improve that? How can I improve that? Just, you need to, so for instance, there could be errors in your credit score as well. And so if someone says your credit record, says X, Y, and Z, you owe somebody, it could be that the lending institution, the financial institution that you took the initial loan, maybe there were some errors, they didn't clear out some things. So just come to them, have a conversation with them, and try to clear things up. And that record will show immediately to us that, this thing is now fine, the credit score is good, the credit record is perfect. So then we can even have a think or a look at the application. So I think those are the two key things I would like you to do. But Makinde, if you have more to add, so what do I do? My loan request was rejected. What exactly should be the next step?
Okay, let me start from where you stopped. You have to understand the reasons for the reason for the loan rejection, because you cannot proceed with any loans when you don't know the reason why the loan is rejected. You cannot just be angry. I applied for loan. I thought they said their purpose is to build businesses, and I approached them for loans and they rejected my loan. No, you have to know the reason for the loan rejection. We have many reasons. It might be bad credit score. It might be that the former places you've taken money before, you didn't pay up, and the history is showing that you don't pay well. You might have insufficient or unverifiable income. Sometimes you might apply for a loan that your income might not be able to take. And according to our assessments, we look at what you apply for and your income, and we know that this income is not sufficient enough to carry the weight of the loans you want to collect, or the loan you want to collect. Or when you have unverifiable income, when you apply for a loan, we are asking you which business, what business are you doing, what are you into, how do you get your income? You cannot pinpoint in particular, this is what I'm doing, or this is the specific thing I'm doing currently. Your loans might be rejected. Then when you lack of collateral might reject your loan. And in BizNurture, we don't take collateral. What you take as our collateral is checks, which means that if you apply for a loan and your business does not have check, you don't have check, and neither of your guarantors can provide us check, we might not proceed. Though we have an option of placing remitter on your account, but we still need either your business or you or some of your guarantors to give us check as a collateral. Then if you have high debt to income ratio, like what Olawumi explained initially, after our analysis, we discovered that giving you this loan is going to be more burdensome, it's going to kill your business. And what we are out there for, like our name, Biz Nurture, and means we are there to nurture your business, and we are not there to give you a loan that will kill your business. Most of our customer thinks they know. Like, is it not my business? I'm the one that is doing it. Give me this loan, it's going to build my business. But after doing our assessments, we discovered that giving or granting this loan to you will definitely kill your business. And you don't have the ability to pay that loan, we might reject that loan. Then we have other issues like experience. The reason we ask that you must be at least 2 years in that business is because we want to be very sure you are experienced in doing what you are engaging on currently. You cannot just start barbing salon last week and you are telling me you want to borrow a loan of 500,000. You are not experienced in that business. You have to be experienced. We have to look at your customer base. You have to look at the length of your current business place. How long have you been staying in that place? Are you well known in that area? And your business registration, your business must have been registered for about 2 years. So we look at all those things. Then the duration of the loan you want to apply for. Sometimes when you look at the loan you want to apply for, and we look at for you to be able to pay up effectively, it might take you like up to 1 year or 1.5 years for you to pay up. We might not approve that kind of loan because we have our own limit. It's between 2 months to 8 months. Anything that does not fall within that spectrum might be rejected by us. So I think that is the reasons why loan might be rejected. And if this loan is rejected, and after identifying each problem, try and solve it. For example, if you have a bad credit score, try to raise your credit score and talk about how to do that earlier on. Try to raise your credit scores, and like what Olawumi says, if you have errors in your credit reports, try to contact the lending firm and see how you can sort it out to fix the errors. Then apply for a lesser amount to build your credit feasibility. Most times you want 2 million naira, 3 million naira, and after you get that money, you will kill your business because currently your inflow will not be able to pay up that money. What you believe is if I have more stock, I will be able to sell, but that is not true, because what you need to look at is if you want to stock, if you want to add more stock for you to sell, you have to look at your customer base. Are they asking for what I don't have? Is the demand higher than my supply? So it's not about you giving out supply without demand. So because of that, if you look at that situation, you might want to consider going for a lesser amount. That way, maybe your loan was rejected because you applied for 2 million, you can go for 500,000. And that 500,000, if it's approved, try and pay well, because it will boost your credit report also and to make you visible to potential borrowers. Then pay off all lingered unpaid obligations or defaulted loans. If you have defaulted loans that is giving you a bad credit scores, try to pay that off, try to pay them off and clear your defaults. Then review the type of loan product you are applying for. We have different types of loan products. If you apply for a working capital loan using an LPO, your loan might be rejected. So you have to look at the kind of products you want. That's why if you want to apply, it's also good to contact our customer service and tell them your plight, tell them your business needs. This is my business need and this is the amount I need. They will advise you on the right loan products that will be suitable for your business, and we give you, they will tell you the documentations that are needed for you to get that loan. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Makinde. On that note, let me just say one thing you mentioned. It's in the nature of what Biz Nurture does. Our role, and one of our visions and our passion is to nurture your business. So we want to help you. So one of the things we do is to offer you, that free advisory, such that you come to us and we'll be able to look at your need and how the loan product you're saying, how you want, matches that very need that you have, because there has to be a clear match. We need to be able to see that, okay, right now, this is what you should go for. Working capital will work for you better, or LPO will work for you better. Or, oh, no, just do invoice discounting. So we're able to match your need to the loan products that you have, and we'll advise you even on how to structure the loan, how the tenor you should go for. So for instance, if you are applying for a loan to stock up your shop or your goods for a particular December product, and you are telling me you want to take it for 8 months, and I'll be wondering, but you want to sell these goods in December, so why don't you just repay back, in a month or 2 months, rather than extending it for so long, which will increase your chances of default, because you would have finished selling, and then how do you, repay back? So we help you, we advise you to make these things easier, way easier for you. So someone is asking, and this is time to go to the Q&A section. So if you have more questions, we have a couple of questions here that we're going to take. But if you have more questions, kindly chat in the box so that we can answer. So someone is asking, saying that we should recap what the credit score is about. So what is the required credit score? Because you did mention that at 575, right?
Just yes, let me take that again for those people. Maybe if someone comes in or you didn't really get that, I will take it slowly. So I said between 300 to 579, poor and very bad, very poor and bad, which means that you have a very poor credit history. Then we have 580 to 669, that is fair. Then we have 670 to 739, that is good. That's where we start from a business shop to consider your loan, from 670 to and above. So 670 to 739 is good. 740 to 799, very good.
I have a question to ask.
Excellent.
Okay, thank you. Super, thank you very much for that. So a guest is asking, saying that he has an HMO consulting company, and can he apply for a Medi loan? Definitely, you can apply for a Medi loan. So just go to our website, contact us. We will guide you through the process. So it's very, very, very good that you want to apply. Then the next question is from Joshua Onobrakweya. He said he had a rejected application earlier in the year. Can he reapply at the moment? So earlier in the year, yes. I mean, it's already over 6 months from earlier in the year. And if, of course, your business has improved. So just first of all, of course, there was a reason why your loan was rejected. I'm sure it was put in an email for you. So look, personally, just assess yourself and see if there's been an improvement, because I don't know the exact reason why it was rejected at that point in time. So if you do a personal assessment and you think that you can reapply, fine. But if you're not sure, please contact us, via the details that we'll share at the end of this webinar, and then we could do an assessment for you and see, so that you will not even go through the whole application process. But just do a quick assessment for you and to see if you can apply again. So I think that those are the questions that we have.
Some questions here.
Sorry?
I have a question here.
Okay.
Can we get the meeting transcript for those who joined the meeting late? That's the question.
Oh, yes, we're going to upload this video on YouTube. And yes, we would publish the key points. So the key points, like transcript, is supposed to be like a key point. So we'd also try to do that. So if you try to follow us on our social media platforms, we do that on YouTube. And of course, we'd also send emails out to links to all this information that we have shared. So yes, a lot of people joined late. So we are very happy that you were able to make it to the meeting. So
there's another question here also. Is BizNurture a loan granting company?
Absolutely. Yes, we are. That is why we're in business. The purpose of BizNurture is to help businesses grow by offering different loan products. So the screen I'm sharing right now talks about the different loan products that we have: LPO financing, invoice discounting, working capital loan, Fempreneur, EduBiz loan, and Medi loan. Yeah, so those are the loan products that we have. So the details for, to apply, we've just shared it in the chat box. If you click on the chat box, you see the details. You visit our website at biznurture.com, and our phone details are also on the chat box that has just been shared. Makinde, did any other question come up? Because I can't see any on my chat.
None again for now.
No. Okay. So we have a solution for every business. We give loans to SMEs. That's the purpose of our business. You can join us. Contact us through the details that I'm also sharing. Our emails are there: info@biznurture.com, loan@biznurture.com. You could give us a call or send us a WhatsApp at 0907 0077779, or just visit the website and you'll see more details there. So thank you very much for joining. We are very happy that we had this number of participants, and for those that registered, because we had a very good number registered, but some people could not. Okay, someone is asking how quick is it to access a loan? So our target is to do 72 hours. We try to do 72 hours, but we also take every business on a case-by-case basis, right? Such that you sending your application, we discuss with you. We may ask for more questions beyond the initial requirement. Sir, could you please mute your mic?
Hello?
Yes, please mute your mic. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, so you asked them how quick. So we say we try to target 72 hours to approval of the loan. Yeah, so that's what I can just say. But we take every business on a case-by-case basis. Yeah, so I think this is where we wrap up. You said you couldn't hear me clearly. So I said that we try to target 72 hours to access your loan. That's our target, right? But of course, we'll take every business on a case-by-case basis. So whatever your business is, we review and give you your own personalized feedback. So tailored feedback to your own particular business. We'll ask for more information if we need to. So I encourage you to go ahead and apply. Just contact us. I'm showing the screen that has our details once more. And of course, the details have been put in the chat box. So you can reach us via our website to apply for your Ready loan and all the other loans that you also need to apply for. Yes, please.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, please, I joined the group chat lately. So I want to ask a question. If I apply for the loan, I have I've already applied for a loan from this credit app, like Palm Credit. So what happened is that I'm a businessman. I'm working at Papa, and I'm an agent forwarder. So I requested for a loan there. So due to what is happening, the gridlock, the work, the business is not very well. So, and what can I do if I borrowed? What can I do for me to make? How can I say it? I borrowed the loan, but now this and that. So what can I do to appeal to them so that they can give me a little time for me to pay?
I'm not sure this question is for BizNurture. So if you apply for a loan from another firm, I think you may have to contact them. Yes. But if you want to apply for a loan from us, you can contact us via the phone number on the screen right now, and then we can advise you better. If you have other questions, of course, we can take it off air and would attend to you one-on-one, so that we would make it a bit more personal to you.
Okay, you can share me the number now so that I'll.
Yeah, it's on the screen, please. It's on the screen. Can you see it?
No, I can't. Let me scroll.
It's also on the WhatsApp chat. So 0907 00777779. 7 in 4 places. It's already in the chat box and it's also on the screen. So you can contact us. We can attend to you personally. So I think this is where we call the end of the webinar. But if you have more questions, you could also still ask. We're here. We'll wait to answer as many questions as possible. But as far as the discussion and the presentation is, we are done, and we are happy that you were able to join us. We thank you very much for joining and being a part of this.
Welcome. Being a part of this. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.